There is a moment that arrives quietly. You're scrolling through your phone when a friend announces something, a promotion, a relationship, a new home, and you feel it. Not quite jealousy, something deeper cuts through you. A collapse spreads inside your chest. You're not where you're supposed to be, not yet, maybe never. You've never told anyone this feeling. You keep it buried inside. You move forward, you work, you try. But underneath, a different calculation develops. You compare yourself to everyone around you. There are milestones you haven't reached, goals that remain out of grasp, and it unsettles you. It feels like there's an invisible wall, like it's blocking your progress. Everyone around you seems to possess secrets you don't know. They appear more confident, more decisive, more prepared, more courageous. Your days unfold like you're falling behind in a race where no one ever explained the rules. You've made choices, some good, some you now question, and you believe these choices have slowed you down. While others built things, you were still figuring things out. While they moved forward, you were still processing. You look at your life and feel the gap between where you are and where you think you should be. That gap feels real to you, not small. It shapes how you see yourself, but there's something being overlooked. The feeling of falling behind didn't start today. It's been there much longer. There have been many moments when you realized you were operating below your potential. You understood that you were progressing too slowly. Maybe someone told you this, or maybe you concluded it by watching the people around you. Perhaps observing how people treated you led you to this conclusion. You became an observer, someone who watches others advance. Your brain learned that witnessing others move faster, better, further was a way to survive socially in life. It kept you on edge. It pushed you to constantly measure yourself. And now, years later, this old habit persists. Your mind automatically compares. It automatically finds the gap. This isn't a character flaw. It's a learned pattern. But it feels so real that it's become part of how you see yourself. Psychologists have noticed something important about this particular feeling. Researcher Sheryl Sandberg examined this exact experience, the sensation of feeling inadequate. She found that many talented people experience what's been called imposter syndrome. Simply put, it means feeling like you're falling behind because you only see the distance left to travel, not the ground you've already covered. But here's the interesting part. You're actually not behind. You're experiencing something different. A Swiss psychiatrist whose name graces a prominent title, Carl Jung, defined a concept he called the shadow self. This is the part of you that contains everything you haven't yet fully developed. Your potential, your undiscovered capacities, the version of you that hasn't yet emerged. Jung believed that people who felt this pull, those who sensed there was more to them, that they weren't yet who they needed to be, were actually further ahead than they realized. The feeling of falling behind is not failure. It's the voice of your unlived life. It's your awareness that your potential hasn't yet fully emerged. And this awareness creates a kind of ache, the very ache you feel. Most people never pay attention to this ache. They numb themselves to it, remain unaware. But you felt it, you recognized it. That recognition is the most important step toward becoming better. And because you felt it, you're on the path Jung considered most essential. The truth is, you're not the person you think you should be. You're in the process of becoming them. And Jung went further. He said that those who feel this tension, who recognize that something isn't quite right, are precisely the people capable of transformation. Discomfort provides direction. Your inner voice recognizes that something is amiss. Those who listen to that voice and take action reach their better selves. New research supports this. Psychologist Tal Ben-Shahar studied high achievers who constantly felt like they were falling behind. He found that those who didn't surrender to this feeling, but instead listened to it, were the ones who eventually created meaningful change in their lives, not because they crossed some finish line, but because they understood what the feeling was actually trying to tell them. That feeling you carry isn't a sign that you've failed. It's a sign that you're listening to something most people silence, and this changes everything about how you see it. You are not behind, you are in transformation. This is the crucial part. Falling behind is a comparative state. It means you've lost a race or a game. What you're actually experiencing is different, not a race or a comparison, a transformation process. You haven't finished this transformation, and you don't need to rush it. This isn't poor timing or a wrong cycle. It's simply part of the process. Everything unfolds in its own time. In this case, your transformation is unfolding exactly when it should. Keep going, but let's be honest, this feeling, if allowed, can become toxic. If you use it to punish yourself, if you let it convince you that you're fundamentally inadequate, it becomes a prison. That's the shadow side. This pattern can harm you here, but you're not doing that. You're not using this feeling to diminish yourself. You're aware of it. You're examining it. That awareness is the difference between a feeling that destroys and a feeling that guides. You are not behind. You are becoming. You are not broken. You are developing. People who genuinely transformed their lives, who created things that mattered, almost always felt this pull first. They felt left behind. They felt that gap. And instead of closing it by running faster on someone else's timeline, they changed direction entirely. They asked different questions. They built different lives. They became different people. That restlessness you feel, that quiet ache that something isn't quite right yet, it's not your weakness, it's your compass. Your nervous system knows something your conscious mind hasn't fully accepted. You're not supposed to be where you are right now. Not because you've failed, because there's more of you waiting to emerge. You're not behind on someone else's timeline. You are exactly where you need to be on your own. You are not behind. You're not falling short of adequacy. You're not broken because you want more, something different, something not yet named. Let those thoughts go. They're not true. They're old stories you inherited from comparing yourself down paths you were never meant to walk. The truth is, you're someone who listens. You're sensitive enough to feel the difference between who you are and who you could become. Your nervous system has refused to settle for what's small or ordinary. This is rare. Most people never feel this. They move through life checking boxes and never wonder if something deeper is waiting for them. This is what I want you to hear. There is nothing wrong with feeling like you're falling behind. Your timeline isn't broken. Your choices, even the ones you doubt, were part of the only path that could have led you here, to this moment, to finally asking the right question. I'm saying this directly to you. Whatever you tell yourself about feeling inadequate, about not being enough, about time wasted, let me tell you something. Everyone I've studied, everyone the research points to, everyone who became who they were meant to be and created lives that felt authentically theirs, they all started exactly where you are, with this feeling, knowing that something hasn't finished yet. You are not behind. You are being called forward, and this is not a burden, it's an invitation. I wonder, do you have stories like this too? When did you first feel this way? If you've experienced this, tell me in the comments. I'll read all of them. I want to hear your story. If this resonated with you, support by subscribing. Comment below. I respond to everything. I'll be back with new reflections soon. Take good care of yourself. Until next time.